So welcome to our group's discussion for OSHA assignment 2 for part 1. So my name is JIAN and these are my members, which is EFESUS, SEENA, FIKRY, DINIE and JULIANDI. So today we will be discussing about the role of OSHA legal requirement for business management, specifically for the manufacturing industry, and also the Occupational Safety and Health for Act 1994 in Malaysia with its features. So this should take about 30 minutes for these discussions. So let's stay on topic and build on each other's opinion and ideas. So does everyone agree on starting with the topics, which is the role of OSHA legal requirement of business management, especially discussing about the manufacturing industry?
Yes, that's work for me.
I also agree. Then we can move on to topic B, which will be the Occupational Safety and Health Act 1994 in Malaysia and its salient features.
Okay, so alright, let's get into the discussion. So for the topic that we discuss today is about the role of the OSHA legal requirement to business management for the manufacturing industry. So the OSHA Law Factories and Manufacturing Act 1967, which is FMA, and the OSHA 1994, don't just protect the workers in features. So their strategies is tools that integrate into the production planning, quality control, maintenance scheduling, operations, financials, and HR management. So then how do you specifically enhance the core of management functions like the risk of assessment, the operational planning, and also the production efficiency in manufacturing plants? Can you explain to us?
Great question, yeah. First, in manufacturing risk management, OSHA requires systematic identification for machinery, chemicals, assembly lines, and electrical systems. The hierarchy of control prioritizes engineering solutions like machine guarding and ventilation. First, then administrative control like shift rotation, and finally PPE. DAUD statistics show this reduces factory accident by 40 to 60%. It directly boosts production line uptime and overall equipment effectiveness, or can be called as OEE. Financially, compliance dramatically cuts insurance premium from 5 ringgit Malaysia per workers to 2 ringgit and 50 cents Malaysian ringgit in high risk manufacturing. It also avoids fine up to 500,000 ringgit. Post 2024 amendment, regular safety training for machines operator and quality inspector minimize unplanned downtime. A single injury on a surface mount technology, or we can call it as SMT production line, can cost until 50,000 ringgit Malaysia or more in medical claims, production losses, and retraining. So, Julian, how does legal compliance specifically embed in daily manufacturing operations, maintenance, and supply chain coordination?
I'm building directly on what you said, Sus. So, FMA Section 23 mandates proper machinery guarding for hydraulic presses, injection molding machine, and also conveyors. OSHA Section 15 requires safe work system, hazard communication for chemical processes, and also emergency stop system. Operationally, this translates to detailed standard operating procedure, or as we call it, SOP, for high-risk tasks like CNC machining, robotic welding, or chemical mixing in surface treatment area. In manufacturing supply chains, OSH violations create massive disruptions. Remember the 2021 Selangor electronics manufacturing disruption? Remember the 2021 Selangor electronics manufacturing plant fire where non-compliance with electrical safety caused 10 million ringgit Malaysia losses. complete production stoppage, and delay deliveries to global clients. Reputedly, factories with strong OSHA records attract top-tier engineers, technicians, and investors. HRD crop data shows that safe manufacturing workplace achieve 52% higher skilled worker retention. This creates a genuine safety culture through factory leadership, commitment, and visible safety investment. So, Fikry, can you provide concrete example from Malaysia's key manufacturing sectors like electronics and automotive?
Absolutely right, Julian. In Penang, electronic manufacturing hubs like JIAN, the past free industry zone, OSHA mandate hazard assessment for soldering farm, electronic discharge, ESD control, and clean room protocol prevented repeat of chemical. Protocol prevent repeats of chemical exposed and contaminated incident that previous cause product record. Factory manager now deploy digital safety apps, include with SCADA system for real-time machine monitoring and hazard reporting. They integrate OSHA directly into production activity, boosting order fulfillment rated by 20% and reducing defect rate. At Penang semiconductor assembly plant, noise control and vibration monitor under DOD regulation cut occupational hearing loss claimed by 70%, saving millions in manufacturing downtime and compensation. Automotive part factory like Proton Shah Alam plants use permit to work system for planning, maintain shutdown on stamping presses and point both, preventing lockout, takeout, failure. So, what unique challenge to small and medium manufacturing enterprise with OSHA compliance, and what practical, affordable solution is this?
Spot on, Fix. Manufacturing SME particularly struggle with compliance costs. A comprehensive 10k ringgit Malaysia safety audit seems prohibited for factories generating 500,000 ringgit Malaysia monthly output. However, those provide free training modules specifically for machine operators, ready-to-use hazard assessment, templates for assembly lines, and subsidized safety consultant through CID programs. The long-term return on investment is substantial. Compliance manufacturing SME qualify for MITI manufacturing grant. Meetup pioneer status incentive and priority in government export tenders. Smaller factories in Johor and Selangor effectively share group safety officer and conduct joint safety drills to dramatically cut individual costs.
There's a perfect strategy link. So in manufacturing business strategy, the OSHA compliance aligns perfectly with Industry 4.0 digital transformations and ESG for the reporting frameworks. So the institutional investor like EPF and also KWSP now prioritize factory safety performance and safety performance to scores when allocating the manufacturing sector funding.
That is exactly right. Plus, significant environmental benefits in manufacturing operation. Proper chemical storage and spill containment system in factory prevent hazardous release, directly supporting Malaysia's net zero manufacturing targets by 2050.
For multinational corporations like Bosch and Infineon Malaysia factory, robust OSHA system harmony seamlessly with global ISO 45001 standard. This streamlines international factor audit, accelerate product certification, and facilitate export to triggered EU and US market.
Wow, that's excellent comprehensive for DIP so far. So let me make a summary. Summarize the key of the OSHA roles in manufacturing business management. So the risk for the management through the thematic hazard controls, substantial cost saving on insurance and fines, enhanced production efficiency and quality, the superior workforce retentions, the strict regulator compliance, the environment sustainability, and lastly is the strengthened global market competitiveness. So now let's move on to the topic B, which is the OSHA 1994 and its silencer features specifically for manufacturing workplace. So the enacted in 1994 to modernize for the FMS narrow factory focus. The OSHA covers all the manufacturing plants comprehensively from the SMEs to MICS. So it's fundamentally prevention to focus with increasingly strong enforcement mechanisms. So Julian, can you please walk for us through the primary objective and scope of coverage and the covered duties as they apply for the factory operations?
Sure, yeah. So, OSHA 1994's preamble clearly states its purpose to secure safety, health, and welfare of persons at work as outlined in Section 1. The scope under Section 2 covers all manufacturing workplaces comprehensively, excluding only armed force establishment and certain ships. The 2024 amendments expanded coverage to include all factory employees regardless of employment status. Employee duties under Section 15 are particularly comprehensive for manufacturing environment. These include providing safe machinery and production system, safe access to elevated work platforms and production lines. These include providing safe machinery and production system, safe access to elevated work platforms and production lines, comprehensive operator training programs, hazard communication for chemical processes and dust, and also adequate failway facilities like IWAS stations. Employees have corresponding responsibilities to cooperate fully and properly the use assigned PPE on shop floors and immediately report machine defects or unsafe condition under Section 24 and 25. Crucially, Section 26 established the fundamental employee rights to immediately stop any unsafe production processes without disciplinary action. So Sus, let me hand over to you to unpack the truly transformative 2024 amendments and their specific impact on manufacturing compliance.
Thanks for the comprehensive setup, Julian. The June 2024 amendment through Act A1701 represented a seismic shift for manufacturing compliance. Section 2 amendment now implicitly include all manufacturing employees regardless of contract status. The groundbreaking new Section 18A established principal duties requiring systematic risk assessment for every assembly line and comprehensive emergency response plan for chemical spills or machine failures. Section 29A dramatically response plan for Section 29A dramatically lowers the threshold by requiring every factory with 5 or more employees to appoint a designated OSHA coordinator. Compared to the previous 40 employees, threshold just for safety committees. Safety committees remain mandatory for factories with 40 or more employees under Section 30 and 31. Now requiring through 50-50 worker management representation. Penalties have skyrocketed across the board with 500,000 ringgit Malaysia, maximum fines and up to 5 years imprisonment under the new section 55A specifically for factory violations. Then for corporate directors and senior managers now face personal liability under section 50A for systematic failures. Then these changes have closed critical enforcement gaps. And then DOD manufacturing sector inspections increased in 30% within 6 months across that month. So Fitz, how do these specific OSHA features apply practically in high-risk manufacturing operations?
Great systematic breakdown. SUS, in Penang, Tech Park Factory Production Semicon and PCB, Section 50, made the engineering control the local exhaust ventilation for chemical soldering, farm and laminar flow system in clean rooms. Factory Safety Committee now conduct mandatory monthly incident trend analysis from production line data. The National OSHA Council under Section 8 to 14 developed and issued critical sector-specific regulation including USECHH 200 for toxic chemical handling. NONS regulation medication control above 85 dB on machine line and ergonomic standard preventing properative strain injury in high volume assembly work. The post 2024 section 26 right to refuse work proved critical after multiplied 2023 lithium-ion battery fire incident in EV component factories allow workers to halt operation immediately. Factory also leveraged Section 29B, recurring mandatory medical exemption for workers regulated handling heavy machinery or operating at height on mezzanine production flow. Julian, let me ask you provide a clear contrast between OSHA 1994 and FMA 1967, especially for manufacturing operation specifically. Where lies the real practical evolution?
Excellent focus question, Fikri. This is a common question asked. So, FMA 1967 fundamentally limited to factory machinery and specific equipment risks like steam boilers under Section 20 and physical guarding requirement under Section 23. Meanwhile, OSHA 1994 takes a genuinely holistic manufacturing approach covering not just mechanical hazards but comprehensive chemical health risks, factory office environment, and even psychosocial stress from relentless production targets and shift works. The 2024 amendments introduced OSH coordinators specifically for small factories and mandatory risk assessment for every production process regardless of scale. FMA operated reactively after the machine accidents occurred while OSHA emphasizes proactive factory-wide prevention. Critically, the two acts complement each other operationally with OSHA electricity regulations enhancing FMS machinery guarding standards across manufacturing plants.
That's absolutely correct. The new OSHA coordinator effectively bridged critical compliance gap for small manufacturing firms that cannot afford full-time safety officers. The National Council continues addressing emerging factory risks like collaborative robot, or we call as cobots, and integrations, lithium battery thermal runaway, and high-speed automation systems.
Well, there's a real comprehensive discussions from all perspectives. Thank you for you guys. So let me summarize that the key of the OSHA 1994 for the features figure for manufacturing. So the broad comprehensive scope across all factories clearly define the dual duties for the employees and also the production workers, the mandatory safety commitments and coordinated and lower thresholds. So the authoritative National Council with targeted manufacturing regulations, dramatic 2024 enforcements, upgrade with personal liability, and also the seamless operation commitment for the FMA standards. So let me conclude for this overall discussions. So we have achieved a solid comprehensive coverage for both topics, specifically for the manufacturing industry requirement. So our key outcomes and consensus points are clear. So the OSHA legal requirement powerfully enable the sustainable manufacturing business management, while the OSHA 1994's robust comprehensive features ensure the systematic inventory protections across all skills. So outstanding collaboration works.
So, during our near 30-minute discussion focuses specifically on the manufacturing industry, the group has reached a full consensus on the following outcomes. So that's the first one: roles of OSS legal requirements in business manufacturing, in business management, especially manufacturing. So this requirement enables systematic risk management in factories, ensures strict regulatory compliance to avoid severe penalties, dramatically enhance production efficiency by reducing accidents and downtime, improve skilled operator morale and retention, and also promote sustainable manufacturing operation aligned with the Industry 4.0 Malaysian manufacturing example from Penang electronic factories and automotive plants demonstrate substantial benefits in cost saving, production uptime, and global competitiveness.
So, and for the Occupational Safety and Health Act 1994 and its salient features, which is also known as OSHA 1994. So the comprehensive secure the workers' safety, health, and also the welfare across all manufacturing workplace. So the key salient features include clearly defines employee and employer duties and mandatory safety commitments. So the national OSHA concurrent and systematic risk assessments, the OSHA coordinates the required for factory with 5+ employers, dramatically increase the penalties with personal director liability, and also the fundamental employees' rights to refuse dangerous works. So the OSHA complements for the FMA 1967 through a holistic, creative approach. So supported by the comprehensive regulations addressing the specific manufacturing hazards like chemicals, noise, and machinery. Thank you. So this is our summary that we have doing this discussion between the part for topic A and topic B. So thank you for all the participants in here, and thank you for my members giving the strong sharings and ideas. So thank you for you guys.
So thank you everyone.